Hi guys, Pastor Janet back again. I wanted to talk to you about AI, artificial intelligence in writing. Okay, you know, it's great to use it if you want to see how editing would be like. You write it your way. They ask you certain questions on some of these sites that have Al generated stories and things like that. It's good to just try them just for the fun. That's what I did. They asked me what the title of my story was. I gave them a title, and then they generated a first like a couple of pages, and then they generated an image, and so that gives you a chance to see, in a sense, how editors do. The editor will go through your work. They sometimes will make suggestions of how they think things should be said. So that's kind of like what Al does. So it's good to try it, but the only thing about that, the only con on that part, is that they'll never say it the way you say it. Even with these grammar apps and stuff like that, they'll always say it exactly the way they think it should be said. But they lack a lot of the emotions and the feelings that go into what you're writing as a writer personally. So, I think it's good to try some of these artificial intelligence places where you can write stories and generate covers and everything and see how it's done. But one thing, if you go back and read what you write and what Al writes, it'll be totally different because Al will say it exactly the way they think it should be said, but it will lack the emotion from a person, the personal emotion that comes out when a person writes a book. So I'm telling you, try AI. It's good to try it. Generate stories. They'll even generate covers for you. They generated a cover for me, and I thought, that's pretty good. But I'm a cover designer, so I design my own covers. I don't use Al to design my cover. But it's good to see the type of cover that you might be interested in, so that when you do get a human editor, you can have an idea of what you want. So I say it's good to pro of using Al as like an editor. They'll find your mistakes and they'll say it exactly the way, it'll really sound really good, but often will lack the emotion of a real live person. So I wanted to say that about Al. I like him. I call him Al. It's really AI, artificial intelligence, but I call him Al. Personalize it because it's like a friend. Because I've gone to some of the sites and I've written some of the stories, given them ideas of what I was thinking about story writing. They generated the cover, they generated the first chapter, and then tell me, go, okay, what's your second chapter going to be about? I haven't got that far. I just wanted to try it so I could personally tell you that I tried it. But I enjoy writing my own stuff. I enjoy doing my own covers. But I think it's good for people that don't have the funds or anything to do that, which I don't always do either, to try out and get an idea of what they want in covers. Then you have that in your mind. So when you do get a real life editor, you can have an idea of what you want from what you've seen things that Al can do in writing. Like I said, the apps are wonderful. You have so many apps to help you with writing, but they'll never be like a real person. A lot of times I write things and I use grammar apps and stuff like that. They'll say it another way, and I said I don't want to say it like that because it doesn't sound as personal as I want it to sound. But for spelling and grammar, those type of apps are great. So I have nothing. I love Grammarly. I use Grammarly all the time. But I think it's good to try some of these things like artificial intelligence and go to some of the sites. Let them write a story. Let them generate a cover and get an idea of what you want and what you don't want, and see how they write stories compared to how you would write it. Because humans write different than artificial intelligence. I'm going to tell you, because we have emotions and feelings and stuff. AI is good. I call him Al, as I said. But I just want to tell you that, so you know. Go to some of these sites. Look for our AI that's going to AI book cover generator, AI stories. Try them. It's a great way to build your confidence in your writing, because you'll see how they write as artificial intelligence, and then you write it your way. When I was in writing school, that's what our teacher did. She had us pick an author and take the book, do the first chapter in our way of writing. Read the first chapter of that person's book, see how they wrote it, then write it my way. And you'll see everybody There's so many ways that you can say things that you never thought about. And when you read somebody else's work and you say, I never thought of saying that like that, because there's nobody can say it exactly like you. So try the AI. I think it's a good experience. It shows you about book covers, writing, everything. I think it's really great for those writers that are just starting out and want to get a feel for how a book might sound, how the story might sound, how the cover might look. So I did. And I enjoyed trying. I'm going to go back and try it again because I'm trying to experience so I know how to tell my students how to do this. But there's nobody can write it better than a human being. They'll write it almost perfectly, but they might lack some of the emotions and stuff that come along that can only come through a human. So I just wanted to tell you that. God bless you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.